Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wonder Wisdom, the podcast where we explore the intersection of travel and technology. Have you ever felt overwhelmed planning a trip, struggled to figure out where to go, how to get around, or if you were missing out on something? You're not alone. Today, we are tackling a topic that doesn't get talked about enough, and that is travel anxiety. Most online travel agencies focus on selling flights and hotels, but what about the actual experience? What if your trip could be personalized just beyond bookings? What if your itinerary could adapt to your mood, interests, and even last minute changes? To help us dive into this, we have a very special guest with us today, Waleed Hassan, who is a product designer at one of the top travel tech companies in the world. Welcome to the show, Waleed.
Thanks. Yes. Happy to be here. Yeah.
Great. So we'll start with a big question, Walid. Why do people still experience travel anxiety when technology is
Yeah.
more advanced than ever?
Yeah. This is a very good question, actually. Technology has been evolved many times, but actually, still, the travel is still also not having enough adaptation to these technologies. So, for example, what create this kind of stress also for travel is actually the choices. So when you are planning to travel somewhere, so you have too many choices to have many decisions to make, whether you will book your flight first or you book your hotel first, and there is many things that you have to go through to make sure that you are planning very well. Also, uncertainty. So you have a lot of unexpected things that might happen. So you are going to a new place or something that might happen, like your flight got canceled or you have a delayed transport or the weather, yeah, got changed or something like that. So you have many things that you are unexpected or you cannot expect and you are uncertain about it. And I think also there is also no personalization. So unfortunately, most of the travel provide travel in the travel industry overall, there is a lots of one size fits all solution. So one solution for all the people, but actually this is not true. So everyone has their own needs. They have their own conditions. They have their own mood when they're trying to travel. So it's a bit different from each one of us. So this also made the travel also more stressful when you cannot find what you are looking for, basically, or what fits your needs. So yeah, that's I think the main problem for travel and stressful flight, yeah, for travel.
Yeah, I completely agree, Walid, because it's like
Yeah,
the major problem is the decision fatigue. It's
yeah,
like you book your flight, you book your hotel, and then you're on your own. You have no help,
yeah.
and that
Yeah.
is where it gets so stressful. I'm sure, Rohit, you would also have certain examples when you plan to come back to India. So, how did you manage with the travel anxiety, or when you were flying from US to India or any other place?
Personally, if you ask me, you don't manage travel anxiety. It just happened. You basically just accept. When I think about travel, honestly, I can think of only one moment that gives you happiness, and that is the moment when you decide that you want to go somewhere. Everything after that is only stress, stress, and more stress. Figuring out where to stay, figuring out which flights to book, figuring out the dates, figuring out where to go. After all that anxiety is sorted out because you somehow made decisions and you eventually go and travel. The last thing that I want to do is when I arrive somewhere, now I still have to make choices about what to eat, what to do. So I personally don't like that.
We will not talk about, we talked about challenges. We'll be talking about solutions. So, what does true personalization in travel look like?
So yeah, This is also, a very good question. Actually, it should be beyond recommending people something, So it's more of understanding their needs, understanding their interest, and this is also quite difficult. So basically, personalization could be two parts. Like for example, the explicit preferences that user start giving us what they actually need. As you remember, the travel agents before that you give them what you're looking for and what you planning to do, and then they start suggesting something for you. So first come from the traveler. So we expect travel to tell us what they want, what they need, what they expect from their travel, and then also implicit preferences like the browsing history or bus bookings, or they are traveling. They usually book with kids tickets or something. So we sometimes know some information about them, which is good. So we can use that uh, to give them a more personalized experience. Also, I think, there is also a big need now for smart itineraries, for example, to adapt on your real-time experience. So if you, for example, you are planning to go somewhere and it starts raining, so now you need something that is indoor, for example.
Right.
Or you're already already at the place for a long time, so you need something to chill after that. You don't something that is heavily needs more heavy effort or something. Aware of your location, so maybe you got lost somewhere, so you need to suggest you a transportation, for example, that can take you to another place. Also, the emotion aware technology, like if your smartwatch can detect your stress level, for example, and we can use this information to give you a new experience that make you chill and make you feel more comfortable. Adjusting your plans based on your exercise level. So you have been doing some effort for the long time. Maybe the next it's good to have some time to rethink and recharge for your next adventure. So that's, I think, the perfect personalization could look like.
Yeah. So let's understand the travelers at a deeper level.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And so why is it that the OTAs, the online travel agencies, are not focusing on this?
Yeah. Actually, there's many complication in or implication in the technology, unfortunately, right now. So, for example, there is the travel industry is also a bit segmented. Like for example, there is a business for flights and business for hotels and business for activities. So it's very difficult to make all these things together and make one seamless experience. There is also the problem with the data. So there is also some privacy concerns. So maybe some people don't like to give some information like their family size, or maybe their if they have any disabilities, for example. So they might need something that is very specific to them, but they might also have some concerns sharing this. So I think, there is some problems around that, and understanding the user needs is also a very complicated process, which takes some time, and so to invest in this takes also a lot of effort and a lot of work to be done. So I think, but for now, I think many OTAs have started to learn this and started to think about it, which is good. Which I think, in the next in the near future, for example, maybe we can find a more personalized experience from OTAs. I hope so. Yeah.
Mhm. Why OTAs need to evolve from sellers to planners? What they can do, what they should be doing.
Yeah, because there is a need for that. So travelers actually expect to have a travel companion, and not just someone that plans their activities and make them just book it. but maybe someone that also give advice on what things to do, what things to expect on this location, what the weather is right now for them. So this will make their experience better, because will make the travel anxiety lower, I think. So yeah, that's what there is a big need for that. So once we have this, maybe I think more people will adapt, and more people will use this.
And Rohit, anything that you would want to add here?
So the important thing is all this is fine. Traveler wants this, traveler wants that. All that is okay. But at the end of the day, when we talk about why do the OTAs not do this already, uh, the reason is that we are missing an element of business. So
Mm.
OTAs so far have been in the business of aggregating all of this supply, providing this supply directly to the consumer in a user-friendly manner that wasn't available earlier. Because earlier, the OTAs didn't necessarily exist. There were a whole bunch of travel agents. Now, the past 2 decades or so, OTAs have come along, and the travel supply chain has been very fragmented. So they have brought all of this on. Now the question becomes, okay, so this is fine. They are getting whatever bookings they are getting. But from their standpoint, it is a matter of increasing the market share in terms of booking. So let's say hypothetically, if I'm Expedia and I'm getting 20% of all bookings that are happening online, I may want to focus on moving from 20% to 25%. That would be a metric that I want to chase. Now, in support of that particular metric, if adding travel planning helps, good. But is that the only thing? Why am I not able to increase my market share? Is it really that I'm not offering travel planning solutions, or is it that I'm lacking something on the supply side? So that's one. And then the other thing is, this conversation reminds me of of a Focusrite conference I attended a very long time ago. It's been 15 years, I suppose. So there, this question was about share of wallet of the traveler. So share
Mm.
of wallet of the traveler. At the end of the day, it really is the traveler is willing to spend say $1,000 on a trip, and they have only spent say $400 on a OTA, and let's assume that they've got everything because they are not really taking a very long trip, but they still have the $600 which they will probably spend in destination. So the discussion has always been about how can OTAs get into that $600 of the traveler that he is going to spend in destination. How do we go and get that? And that part is hard because that money is earmarked for something that is going to happen in destination. So it could be in destination activities, going out, eating at restaurants, and all of that. So my point is that it really is not just a one dimensional view. It is about what makes business sense and what is the cost of trying to provide a solution for that, and what is the incremental revenue that OTS can expect by providing such a thing. So there is this dynamic contrast that, yeah, we as travelers feel that the planning part isn't there yet. And still, the companies don't necessarily seem to have much of an incentive to change any of that because they have other things to do.
Very valid point, Rohit. Um, so, like we talked about, earlier there were travel agents. How we moved from travel agents to OTAs. Now, if you focus on the future, um, and if you look ahead, in the next 5, 10 years, what's the dream scenario for travel tech?
Yeah, I think there is many things that I hope can happen, could happen. So, for example, um, yeah, using the technology to make smart itineraries, as I mentioned, for example, that adapt to everyone's needs and adapt to everyone's situation. that would be great. Also, yeah, to adjust the overall experience for each one of us to make it more personalized. And I think, yeah, the main goal also, how can we make the travel sustainable and not affecting local people and not affecting, um, um, yeah, basically the thing that we are visiting. So I think, yeah, if also can to be also accessible for everyone. So if we can make travel also accessible for everyone, if we can use the technology to do that, that would be great. And I think, yeah, if this smart itinerary, for example, can also give you an eco-friendly options, or maybe reduce the over tourism. So we are not going to suggest everyone to go to the same landmark, in the city. So maybe we can suggest some hidden gems or things that they also will enjoy, adapt to the crowdness of the places. So we not everyone go on the same time. Maybe if the technology can adapt the timeline for each one of us and make it more yeah, make the place not crowded, or the city or the area that you are visiting. I think, yeah, also suggesting some local experiences. You are traveling to somewhere, so you need to go to local experience to see what actually local people are doing, their day-to-day life, what they actually eat, what they experience. Not just a touristic place that is actually fancy, or it looks very nice, but also things that local people can benefit from, and make them happy about people coming to them and experience their city. Yeah, I think, yeah, the emotion also aware technology is something that also can adjust based on our needs at that time, on what we feel about the place right now, if we are stressed or if we are not. Maybe something that like that will make the travel experience more personalized. Um, so I hope we got there. It will take time, and of course, it takes a lot of effort to understand the user needs. Also, users to be also willing to give more information about their needs, and make this, yeah, not very overwhelming to them. So they can also use this to make the experience better, and not, yeah, making it more overwhelming. So, yeah, I hope we got there somewhere, sometime. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I think it's all about making a system that adapts to your mental state, because then we would call it a travel revolution.
Yeah.
Involving AI that can sense emotions, and yes, the factor of empathy is
Yeah.
involved in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything, Rohit, from your side on involving AI in travel, making it more personalized without, making it a stress-free uh, way to do the bookings?
So, what we are already seeing, and I'm actually very surprised why it took us so long to get here. And I'm not even talking about AI, I'm just talking about the way we interact with technology. So, a long time back, probably more than 8 years ago, uh, in one of the companies that I worked for, somebody showed me an interesting POC. So, they had programmed Alexa with certain skills. And essentially, the idea was that you could talk to Alexa, and they had basically fed all the trips that we had. So we used to create customized trips. So we had fed all the data of those customized trips to Alexa, and then you could basically talk to Alexa in a very natural conversational way, and then Alexa would respond. Obviously, Alexa would only respond based on our data set, not on the entire data set. But that was a very natural way of conversing without a lot of decision fatigue. Because the problem with OTA is It isn't a problem with OTAs per se. It is just a problem with our existing interfaces. Because you query one thing and then they will give you a whole bunch of things, and now you have to make a decision from that. And it's not easy for you to ask what you want. So one very important thing that I am hoping will change is just the natural way in which we will be able to get answers for our own, let's just call them personalized needs. And I think with AI, the onus of providing personalization will shift from technology to people, because people will actually have the control of asking what they want, and then AI will interpret that and provide you the answers. Because right now it feels like everybody has been so gung ho about, oh, well, we need to have all your data and then we will be able to give you a personalized recommendation. No, forget about that. And I'll give you a very simple example, right? You asked me, okay, how did you plan your trip when you were coming back from the US? So one time I was wanting to book a trip with my son who was 1 year old. Now, we had never done that. He was our first child. Before that, we never had ever thought, how do you book a flight for infant? Yeah, I see the option
Mm.
of booking a flight with infant, but what does that really mean, right? Never
Mm.
really experienced it. And it was a
Yeah.
pain to figure it out. It's like, okay, well, do you carry the child all the time? Should I book a seat for him? Even if I book a seat for him, he's not going to sit in the seat, so I'm unnecessarily paying money. What am I supposed to do? And with this infant thing, why does it say two options? It says infant on lap and infant on seat. So what am I supposed to select? Then somewhere I heard that, oh, they provide you bassinets. What is a bassinet? Do
Mm.
I keep them all the time? Stuff like that, right? So why did I have to figure it out? I should be able to simply just say, here is my situation. Recommend me a flight option where that's the best
Mm.
for infant, and uh, basically just ask them, okay, well, this bassinet thing, are they going to give me for free or they are going to charge me? Because interestingly, I realized that I had a itinerary where one leg was Lufthansa, another one was United. So the folks at, I think, United, they didn't charge me, and I could pre-book, as in I could just call them and I could just tell them, oh, okay, I'm traveling with an infant, so can you give me a seat? So they basically just gave me a seat, which is at the very front where you have the bassinet. But the folks at Lufthansa, they were like, yeah, if you want us to allocate a seat now, you will have to pay. But if you wait till the end, and if you are traveling with an infant and we see it in your PNR, we will automatically give you a seat. Sure, but then do I really want to take that chance? So I wanted to throw that example out there, because if you think about it, conversationally, if I am able to just simply say that, and then AI has all the data of how these things are done, what are the seats and all of that, and it just recommends me, and boom, that the job is done. I don't really have to make any decisions.
Right, right. And I think AI really needs to, since it is evolving, and I'm sure in the coming years we would see how travel tech gets evolved and starts handling such real-time situations, basis the classic example that you shared. Um, all right, we'll move on to the next one, and this is the final segment of our podcast. Um, and Walid, we would like to have one piece of advice that you would like to give to travel tech companies who are looking to truly personalize experiences based on, like you said, like you
Yeah.
being the product designer. What additional things you would like to add when it comes to giving advice to the travel tech companies?
Yeah, actually, my advice would be to start with the traveler. So not the technology. So first, maybe we need to ask ourselves what the problem do customer face instead of what we need to build. So we are trying to do a more meaningful experience. So to do that, I think we need to understand the real problems that user also usually face, or how can we make this more valuable for our customers? And to build on what Rohit said also, yeah, everyone has special needs and they have special situations. So the way we make a better travel experience actually to adapt to these needs, to give them advice, to give them also recommendations that is not only based on selling more products, but more of making their travel experience better. I think by that we will have a better future, which technology and travel can do a great job for human and for each one of us. So yeah, that would be my final thoughts around this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Completely agree. And I believe, yes, travel isn't just about where people go, it's about how they feel, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I believe that's a wrap. And it was really great to have such a fantastic conversation with you today. Thank you so much, Walid.
Thanks.
And to all our listeners, if you found today's episode really helpful, make sure you share it with your fellow travelers. So until next time, happy exploring. Thank you, Walid. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thanks.
Rohit.